let me talk to you a little bit about where we're staying. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous little bungalow. It is just a little bit farther up the mountain than I thought it was. We are American expats living in Izmir, Turkey, and currently on a 2-week trip exploring the Black Sea region. We took a flight from Izmir to Ankara and then rented a car in Ankara and then have been driving ever since. And now we have made it to our final point of Rize, Turkey, which is in the northeast part coast of Turkey. And then we are going to actually head back to Trabzon and then catch a flight from Trabzon back to Izmir. That's not a bad thing. I would say that if you want to spend a couple of days not going anywhere, just kind of secluded with a view, this is the perfect place to do it. Not that hard to get down, but it just takes a good 45 minutes to get down the mountain from where we're at. First day when we came in, we came all the way up thinking that the mark that he gave me on the map was where the bungalow was, but it wasn't. It's actually another 10 to 15 minutes up the mountain, and you have to have a 4x4 car to get here. This guy has a little hut that's like just down the mountain, so he can come up whenever you need him and take you down and go wherever you need to go. And so I would say that if you're interested in coming to Rize and seeing nature, doing hikes, going up to all these mountains, maybe just stay in this area, stay closer to the road, maybe in the town of Çamlıhişan and on that main road, because it's so easy to get on and off the road and like be able to travel that way. Staying up in a bungalow like we did just added an extra 45 minutes to our drive time, and that just made it a little difficult. So we were supposed to stay 3 nights. We're actually going to cut one of our nights short. We are going back towards the direction of Rize because there's a chai farm that I wanted to visit that way. I didn't want to have to put Sophia in the car for that long. Rize is very famous for their chai production. Very mountainous area, a very green, lush, beautiful area, lots of mountains, lots of rain. It is a great place to come and be out in nature. Because the mountains get so much rain, it actually makes them a great location for people to grow their chai fields on the side of the mountain. You'll see in the mountain areas that they have cleared off sections of the mountain, and then they have these chai bushes growing. They harvest the chai leaves every 3 to 4 months, so about 3 times a year, and send them off to become chai, or tea as we like to call it in English. These are the mechanisms that they will then put chai bags that are already filled up, or things that they need to get from the bottom of the mountain to the top, and they will set it on this carrier, and then this carrier will go all the way down to the bottom of the field. And you can see just, I mean, I'm standing right here, just how steep it is of an incline. And this is where they will walk between the bushes to collect the tops of the chai bushes. These are a few men over that way that are standing in between some of the chai bushes, and they're collecting just the new growths off the top of the chai, and then they'll collect it into the bags, and then the bags will be toted off to the factories. But this whole area, this whole mountainside like this, is actually chai fields here, and you can see even over into that area, the flat areas are chai. And then as I'm standing here and looking down, this area as well is all chai farm area too. You can tell that this area has already been harvested here because they've chopped off the tops of it. These have all been recently harvested because you don't see the extra growth on top of it. And then here as well, you can see kind of the chai fields over on the side of the mountains, all the way up, all the way down over here as well, with the roads going in between to get up and down. This is the area that we stayed at, the Çamlıhişan areas over that way, and there's a river that flows all the way down here. And then if you go back that way, that's going towards the Rize area. Actually, what do they say? Barbunyas. So, fasulye. And I did not know that they grew up from these little lines, or maybe they hang them on the lines. And right now they're cutting all of these down, and they are going to take out the beans and get them ready for winter. And I will show you what the beans look like because they collected it for us. These are actually what are inside of them. And the beans, I was surprised that they were a dark color with like purple on them. It's interesting. I don't know if I've seen these beans before. Have you, Jason?
Maybe they light up.
We are at the Doadan Chai Villa, a little area that you can come and have chai. Doadan is a pretty popular brand in Turkey when it comes to chai. It's not the Rize chai brand, but it is. We really like this brand of tea. I was looking on Instagram for like chai tours or chai farms, and this picture came up most with people taking Instagram photos in these little field. It's not labeled correctly on the map. As we were coming up here, this guy actually stopped us and said, I think you want to turn left instead of turning right if you're going to this place. He was really, really sweet. It is a really well manicured chai farm, tea farm, that you can come, you pay 5 lira to get a little ticket, and you can walk around this farm and like be up close and see all of these chai leaves and kind of enjoy being on a chai farm, but not just wandering around someone's random farm. Sophia, where are you? I found you! Something that I didn't know is that chai bushes actually have little flowers. So they're all hidden inside these little bushes. So there's another one. There's another one down that way. I had no idea. But when you're done kind of exploring this area, then you turn in your ticket and then they give you a chai. And you can enjoy the chai up at the little house right up there. It's a really cool area that I'm glad that we found. It's a great way to finish out our time in Rize. We have made it to Rize. Jason is actually at the hotel. He's working a little bit, but I brought Sophia with me, and we have come straight up to the top point of Rize. It is the Resay Castle. So you know I love a good castle and I love a good view, so this is the first place that I think you should come in Rize. You can see the mountainside, which has lots of houses. Actually really surprised to see how many chai fields there were within the city. So anyone with a yard apparently grows chai here. Up here at the top of the castle, there's Belediyesi, or a government-owned chai bache, or a chai garden, where you can get enjoy some tea, enjoy some view for a very affordable cost. And that's why I love these Belediyesi chai houses, because anything they serve is affordable, but you also get to enjoy a view without being one of the wealthiest people in the city. If you get a chance when you come to Rize, come to the castle first. We've got our crackers that Abby has given us, and I put them in her pocket, and she looks like she's down on her last one. Was Abby so nice to give you those crackers? We have found lots of friends up here, haven't we? Wait, look down. Look down, Sophia. I want you to see. Right here. Do you see this? What is it? It's a snail. What do you think? Yeah, don't touch it, but just look at it. are in Rize this morning, exploring a little bit. The weather is a little gloomy, which is normal for this time of year, I think. And right now, the call to prayer is actually going off. It's a Friday, and so Friday's their like Sabbath day, their day of worship. And so they usually have someone preaching from the Jami, which is over here. And most people, if they can, will try to go and pray on Fridays during this time. That's what you hear in the background. A couple of things about Rize that you might want to visit: the museum here, walk around this Meydan or the Merkez area. So now, as of October 1st, we have to show our ATS codes for travel, and apparently even tourists who don't live here and don't have a residence permit have to also do this. So you have to go to Hayat of a cigar and find, or a e-devlet. I'm not sure if you find a code, and this is what you use to get into all of these buildings now. Those are cool. You also need to grab one of these gevrek or samit. Samit is what it's called in Istanbul. Gevrek is what it's called in Izmir. And then I'm not exactly sure if they call it anything different here, but this one doesn't have any sesame seeds on it. It's actually more like a pretzel, which is pretty cool looking. So it's got the consistency of a pretzel, it's just a little bit harder. Wow, that's what it looks like on the inside. Can you grab it? Try to taste it. Yummy! We have finished our time in Rize. After going to the museum and walking around the Meydan and kind of the downtown area, we went to a restaurant called the Liman Lokantası. It is a ev yemekleri place, which ev means home and yemek means food, so it's like homemade food type place. But it was really, really good. We got the suggestion for some of our friends who live out east who had come here this summer. We weren't sure what to eat at the restaurant, so we just asked the waiter, like, what do you recommend? And he's like, this. I'll just bring out some things for you in smaller portions, and you can just share those things. And we're like, perfect, that's what we did. And I think that my favorite thing out of it was the sarma that they had, because they had some meat inside of it, and it was just absolutely delicious. What was your favorite thing? Did you have a favorite thing?
The sashimi or the ayran.
Oh, the beans. Yeah, the beans. Oh, and the ayran. The ayran was like, it could be some of the best ayran I've ever had in Turkey. It was amazing. Finished up with that, and we are actually leaving Rize right now, saying goodbye, which means that I am also saying goodbye to you. If you have been to Rize before and we have missed something, please let us know in the comments below so that other people who watch this video can add it to their bucket list. I think that if we come back anywhere, we'll definitely come back to the Rize area, because there's so much more that we could do, and we just didn't have the time. I think it can be a trip in and of itself, so I hope that we are able to make it back and explore Rize a little bit more in the future. But until then, I'm glad we got a little bit of a glimpse into what this Rize area looks like. It's been really fun to be here. I think there's going to be one more video about Trabzon city proper. As always, until then, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye. Güle güle. She's already asleep.
Holding their little breath.
I know.
Did you talk about this?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it did.
We're gonna say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We had a little bit of a rough night last night in the hotel where none of us slept really well. Because she didn't sleep well. At the hotel we stayed at is actually really, really nice. It's the Ramada Plaza in Rize. But here in Turkey, here in Turkey, some of the hotels do their temperature system in the room on a merkez system or a centralized system. And so for the air that runs through the rooms, it's either hot or it's cold. And they had already changed their system from the cooling temperature or the cooling air to the heating air system. And so even though in our room it has a thermostat that says it can go cooler, it doesn't actually blow out cold air and doesn't have the option to. And so our room was just hot, or I should say it was warmer than we prefer to sleep in. And the only way that we could make it cool was to open our window. But because they gave us a wonderful sea view, which I was super excited about, it also means that when you open the window, the noise from the highway, because the highway runs along the seaside, came through our window all night. And so I don't know particularly if it was because it was hot or because of the noise, or maybe there's something completely separate from all this that woke Sophia up, but she was up for quite a while, and that meant that Jason and I were up for a while, and it just made it a little bit hard. So this morning started off a little rough, but I think it has gotten a little bit better. So yeah, I also may have been a little harsh with the lady as we left on being frustrated about the situation that I was in because nobody could fix it. But then I called her later on the phone, which I'm sure was like the weirdest thing ever to have a like guest of your hotel leave who has like not been very happy with you. And then, oh, we're going through a tunnel. Call later and say, hey, look, I'm sorry, I could have said that in a nicer way. So if you work at that Ramada hotel and you were the person that I did that to, listen, yeah.
She's not gonna watch our video.
You never know, she might watch our video. I'm really sorry again. Not the best experience. If you come to this area and you want to stay there, try to come in a season that you need hot air or you need cold air. That's what I have to say about it.